welcome you to the All-State Saturday Kickoff on ESPNU. A huge, critical day in the ACC ends with Florida State and Miami on ABC tonight. We started off with number 21 Duke hosting Virginia Tech. A crucial and monster day for the ACC on ESPN. 4 ranked teams in the college football playoff rankings this week out of the ACC. Clemson and Georgia Tech squaring off right now on ESPN. Duke is still in the driver's seat in the Coastal Division, trying to make back-to-back ACC championship games. We welcome you to the broadcast booth. Adam Amin, John Congemi. It's hard to wrap your head around the fact that Duke is the favored and ranked team in this matchup, and Virginia Tech's the one that's just battling for bowl eligibility. But David Cutcliffe yesterday assured us it's still Virginia Tech. It's still going to be a battle like it usually is between these two.
I agree, but it's time for people around the country to wake up and realize that the Duke Blue Devils are a very good football team. Not only this year, but in the last couple of seasons. They've done an excellent job on defense, keeping people out of the end zone. Offensively, a veteran quarterback with playmakers. Special teams, 3 touchdown returns to get into the end zone. So they know how to do everything well. But this is still a very tough and physical Virginia Tech team led by their head coach in Frank Beamer. They have a defensive coordinator in Bud Foster that can create enough negative plays to win on any given Saturday. That's the challenge today for Virginia Tech. Can they do anything on defense to upset a team that has only allowed 4 sacks on this season?
Joey Sly has split kickoff duties with Mitchell Ludwig. He's had 4 touchbacks this year. There's the outstanding All-American kick returner Devon Edwards. Has 3 kickoff return touchdowns in his career. Had 1 against Syracuse, called back last week due to a holding penalty. Virginia Tech won the toss, deferred to the second half, and Edwards on a very short kick will grab it from the 12-yard line. The All-American will get decent field position to the Blue Devils at the 30. Anthony Boone is now the winningest quarterback in Duke history, 18-3 as a starter after a win over Syracuse last week.
That's all he does, Adam, is win. He understands the plan. He's a good decision maker, a good athlete. He can run with the football and make plays, but he's a crossover leader. That's what his head coach David Cutcliffe says. He's a crossover leader because he reaches everybody on this football team. I expect him to have another big day today.
Redshirt senior has only lost 3 times, 2 of those losses to Heisman Trophy winners. Bobbles on first down from the 31 and throws over the middle for Jamison Crowder. Second all-time in ACC history in receptions. Takes it out to the 49 on a gain of 18, one of our impact players.
Along with Crowder, Shaquille Powell, he's a complete and powerful running back, but that's the guy you want to watch for. Crowder against Kendall Fuller, Virginia Tech's best cover corner, and Daddy Nicholas. Can he affect the running game? Can he get a sack on Anthony Boone?
A big play to start the day, and the zone read goes to the inside for Shaquille Powell. Andrew Motua-Puaka, who's taking over for an injured Chase Williams, makes the stop after 2 yards. Duke is the defending ACC Coastal champion, back-to-back seasons with at least 8 wins for the first time since 1938 and 1939, coming off another very tight game until late against Syracuse. They scored 17 points in a 6-minute stretch for a 27-10 victory last week on the road. On 2nd and 2, Boone has an open man in the flat, and it's caught by Max McCaffrey, one of 3 outstanding Duke receivers, and he's tackled at the 27 on a gain of 21. Dietrich Bonner, the safety, finally caught up to the son of Ed.
That's why you have a 5th-year senior at quarterback. This ball is supposed to go to the left side, but he makes a big play out of really nothing. Anthony Boone goes to his 3rd receiver in McCaffrey and makes a big play for the Blue Devil offense.
He's got Powell in the backfield, one of 4 very solid running backs. Motua-Puaka is there for the stop after 2. John, your keys when the Blue Devils are moving the football like they are right now.
Well, offensively, you have to shield your leader. This is an offensive group that's only allowed 4 sacks. The big challenge will be Virginia Tech. They can get to the quarterback, 31 sacks on the season. And for the Hokies, you have to win the one-on-one matchups, and that's on the outside. Can Crowder be limited by Fuller on the corner, and can they get to the quarterback in Anthony Boone?
You see 11 shadowing Crowder. Big time run by Shaquille Powell. He barreled over a couple of defenders and ran it for 5. It'll set up a 3rd and manageable situation here for the Blue Devils, moving the ball well on their opening drive.
He's the most complete, consistent, and hard-nosed runner that the Duke Blue Devils have on the offensive side of the football. This is a group they call the stable.
Yep.
They bring in any 4 of these running backs, and they can get the job done, but they're all unique in their skill set.
This is Thomas Sirk, who's run for 7 touchdowns on the ground this year. He's a good short yardage quarterback to run it, but he's going to get stopped shy of the line to gain. He's about a yard shy as he was tackled by Dietrich Bonner and Kaishan Jarrett, the safeties. And it's going to be 4th down deep in Virginia Tech territory, and it looks like the kicking unit is coming on. So Ross Martin, who has hit 46 field goals in his career, tied for 2nd all time in Duke history. Perfect on the season, just one of 3 kickers in the country who's perfect on the year. Had 2 50-plus yarders against Virginia Tech last year. We'll try from 36 to get Duke on the board on a solid opening drive. 14 of 14 on the season, and Duke on the board first to start the day, 3 minutes in. Longest tenured head coach in the country, 28 seasons at Virginia Tech, the winningest active coach in college football in FBS with 228 wins with the Hokies. This team coming off of a bye, lost 33-31 to Boston College 2 weeks ago. 4 of their 5 losses have come by 1 possession this year, and they're 2-5 since that impressive week 2 victory on the road at number 8 Ohio State. Trying to avoid their first in-season 4-game losing streak since 1992. That was the last time this Frank Beamer-led team missed out on a bowl game. They have the longest active streak in FBS of going to bowl games. Dimitri Knowles on the return. His role has been more limited in the wide receiving position, but he returns it out to the 18. And Michael Brewer, the quarterback for Virginia Tech, the transfer from Texas Tech, has been pretty solid as of late.
He has been solid. It's been an up and down year if you take it from the start to finish. He was terrific against Ohio State a couple of weeks ago against Boston College, but wants to improve on that touchdown to interception ratio. I think he plays with a bit of a moxie, a bit of a confidence that you like as a starting quarterback, and it's been 118 straight attempts without an interception. So you like the parts about Michael Brewer, the way when he's the good Michael Brewer. You want to stay away from the turnovers and stay ahead of the change, but you know, he's relying on 2 big freshmen on the outside, so it's always difficult when you're going with inexperience at the wide receiver position.
Has not thrown an interception since October the 4th against North Carolina. As John mentioned, 118 straight passes without a pick. So here is Brewer. Streaky at times, 345 yards and 3 total touchdowns a couple of weeks ago against Boston College. A very young offense around him, a ton of injuries in the backfield, and now to the offensive line. We'll break down Virginia Tech's injuries as the day goes on. On first down, a stretch to the left for the freshman Marshawn Williams, and nowhere to go as he's tripped up in the backfield by Jeremy Cash. A loss of 2. Williams is one of 17 different players that have an official carry for Virginia Tech this season. 2nd and 12. Pressure coming as Brewer throws to the outside. Nowhere to go for Bucky Hodges. The redshirt freshman is wrapped up by Breon Borders. Does get a gain of 5 on the play to set up 3rd and 7. Impact players for Virginia Tech, John. Bucky Hodges, one of them.
Bucky Hodges, one of those guys at tight end, a big target with Isaiah Ford, the team leader in receptions. On the defensive side, we saw Jeremy Cash with a big tackle early on first down, and David Helton, he's the guy in the middle. He leads the team in smarts. He leads the team in tackles. He does such a great job from that middle linebacker position.
Sam Rogers is the back. Isaiah Ford is at the top. Brewer with a good pocket to deliver from, but it's a wobbly pass over the head of Ryan Malik. Penalty puts him in 3rd and long. Brewer can't convert, and the punt unit will come on, and A.J. Hughes, 2nd team All-ACC punter, will get rid of it. And again, Jamison Crowder, 3 career punt returns for touchdowns, including last week in a 10-10 game. Brought one back 52 yards against Syracuse.
Might have saved the season for Duke.
It was a tight game for most of that game until the 4th. Crowder will wave it out. And a very friendly Virginia Tech bounce inside the 35. Duke moved the ball well in its first drive. It stalled. They got 3 out of it. Crowder does not get a return, but Duke with the ball when you come back. It's been a rough year for Virginia Tech, trying to avoid their first 4-game in-season losing streak since 1992, and a big reason why it's been a struggle has been a ton of key injuries. You see Brent Benedict and Mark Schumann, 2 offensive tackles that were done before the season even started. It's been a season of attrition for Virginia Tech.
Just a mass unit on both sides of the football, and you take a look at impact players. I mean, there's plenty of them, and that's why head coach Frank Beamer has had to play 21 freshmen so far this season.
Josh Snead is in the backfield. This is a free play, but they'll take the long run from Snead into Virginia Tech territory. Out to the 48 of the Hokies before Motua Puaka finally caught up to him. 18-yard run. It'll be offsides against Bonner.
Offside. Defense, number 8. The penalties decline. Result of play, the first down.
Snead, Powell, Wilson, Ajibi have combined for over 1,300 yards.
And let's credit this offensive line. They do a great job of just washing everybody down to the short side of the football field, and Snead almost matches his season-long 1 yard shy of that with that 18-yard run up the middle.
This time it's Anthony Boone switching hands. Bonner fighting against him, and he's able to tumble his way to the 30-yard line. Mark him out at the 31. A 17-yard run.
First big block by Josh Snead. He had the big run on the inside on first down. Now you come back with a quarterback. This is a physical running football team led by a really good offensive line, and good decision by the quarterback there.
One of the best offensive lines in college football. Boone to throw on first down. Going that fade, and it's incomplete for John L. Barnes. Second down. Going back to that Boone run, John, 3 quarterbacks have ran for over 100 yards against Virginia Tech, including Tyler Murphy a couple of weeks ago. They like to play man-to-man more often than not, so you get a lot of one-on-ones, and somebody's got to account for the quarterback.
Well, the eyes are turned down the field instead of in the pocket, and that's what you get when you have a guy that is elusive from the pocket. He can have big days, or they can have big days running the football. Well, I'm sure that Anthony Boone would like to have that last throwback. That was an easy 6 points.
2nd and 10, off the fake, the tunnel screen set up for Crowder. Got a good block from McCaffrey and did the rest of the work himself to get close to a first down. Might have it inside the 21. Donovan Riley finally caught up to him to move the chains. Duke continuing to move the football well with 10-plus yard plays.
Terrific example of short space quickness by Jamison Crowder. There wasn't a whole lot of room to make a move, and just that quick stutter step moves the chains for the Duke Blue Devils.
That's one way to get Fuller off you. Just set up the tunnel for him.
That's right.
It's Fuller against Crowder at the bottom. Loading up the box, so they go option left for Snead, who makes a cut for a first down and is chopped down inside the 5. 1st and goal for Duke. Another 15-plus yard play. That's their 5th already on a run of 16.
Free safety Diedrich Bonner. This is man free, and he's the guy that has to come out of the middle and make this play. He whiffs. He totally whiffs around the 15-yard line, and that allows another big play for this offense.
1st and goal coming up as Snead has put together a good drive out of the backfield.
These plays are the reason why Duke is so successful on offense, and they're 8-1. They finish. They're looking to finish this drive with a big touchdown.
Boone keeping it, gets a nice seal block along the edge, and gets caught inside the 5 by Motua Puaka. That's the linebacker that has taken the spot of Chase Williams, who's dealing with that knee issue. Lake and Tomlinson pulled out from the right guard spot to block for Boone. Tomlinson, the best offensive lineman prospect along that outstanding front for Duke.
They're going to have to win on 2nd down. That was a great individual play by Motua Puaka.
They keep Snead in the game on 2nd and goal. Marshall is back in after sitting out a play. Running towards him, Motua Puaka grabbed the ankles of Snead, but not before he dove in for a touchdown. Josh Snead was the star of that drive, and he punches it in for Duke, which is already up 2 scores.
Adam, let's credit this offensive line. They did a terrific job in between the tackles of providing chunk yardage plays, and when they needed the tough yards in between the 5-yard line and the goal line, it was Josh Snead and that offensive line to create a little bit of a crease for 6 points.
Martin adds the extra point, and it's 10-0 Duke. 7 minutes in. All Blue Devils early in the driver's seat in the Coastal. The driver's seat early today, too. There's the old ball coach who had a very solid run of 3 years at Duke. And 1938, the Iron Dukes gave up 0 points the entire regular season. Didn't give up a point until the final minute of the Rose Bowl when they lost 7-3 to USC. They hadn't had that type of success since Spurrier's days at Duke until David Cutcliffe showed up. And until these last couple of years where they've really become the cream of the crop in the Coastal. Dimitri Knowles from the goal line will not get to the 20. Here is J.C. Coleman on the stretch. Had a nice seal and a first down run across the 35. So Coleman, who's trying to work himself back into the running back rotation, runs for a dozen there.
And it seems like J.C. Coleman's the guy with the speed. He might be that home run threat that they're looking for out of the backfield to get more touches today against this Blue Devil defense.
Does have a couple of touchdowns already this season. It's a keep for Brewer. And another first down run and into Duke territory. Chopped down by Devon Edwards, but another 10-plus yard run. This one for 13 by Michael Brewer.
And a little bit more tempo on the Hokie offense now. Brewer getting back, trying to get this play called at the line of scrimmage to put pressure on Duke's defense.
Tucking it inside is J.C. Coleman. A couple of blocks in front of him and 5 more yards there. This is good tempo from Virginia Tech.
This is good downhill point of attack running, and it gives the advantage to that big aggressive offensive line.
Coleman got pounded though there by A.J. Wolf. Redshirt sophomore out of Connecticut does pick up 2. So J.C. Coleman, again, just 30 rushes. This is a guy who's been a bigger cog in the running game the last couple of years. Was a starter a couple of years ago. He'll get a breather on third down as they bring Sam Rogers in to help out Michael Brewer on a crucial 3rd and 3 for the Hokies.
Well, it's been 5 straight runs on this drive. Will it be 6, or will we get some play action and a little movement from the quarterback, Michael Brewer?
Brings in Ryan Malik to help block. They got 2 backs to block for Brewer, who throws off the back foot, and a dangerous pass for Cam Phillips. They had Brian Fields all over him downfield, and it'll be 4th and 3.
I was thinking with that call, this might be an early 2-down territory call for Frank Beamer and his offense, but the punting unit can come on. That doesn't always mean they're going to punt the football, but you would think that might have been with that shot play down the field. That might have been a check at the line of scrimmage by Michael Brewer.
Well, 2 weeks ago, they had a 30-yard run on a fake punt by Derek DiNardo. That's number 41 in white. He is in there as one of the men on the shield for Virginia Tech. They won't fake it here. A.J. Hughes is going to try to keep it short, and that's way too short. Grabbed by Crowder at the 21-yard line. 20-yard punts back-to-back by Monday and Hughes. Boone under pressure. He's got space for a first down run. He'll slide across the 45. Knee down at the 46. Anthony Boone continuing to do it. He did not have a very good passing game last year against Tech, but ran it well.
Just watch what happens. Everybody has their back turned to the football, and that allows, look at the space between where the quarterback is and the next line of defenses. That's a good 15 yards, plenty of room for quarterback Anthony Boone to go, get his yards for the first down, and get down.
There's Wilson slithering into Clark for a solid run to midfield.
That's the price you pay when you play man coverage and you don't get to the quarterback.
This is why quarterbacks have run for big games against Tech.
Exactly. You mentioned 3 quarterbacks over 100 yards. Anthony may be easily on his way if he continues to get those opportunities to make plays with his feet.
He's already run for 35 yards. Back to the option. The defensive end crashed, and that means it's a pitch for Wilson and another first down. 10 more yards there.
The edge players on this Virginia Tech defense have to be able to get up the field and contain. They have to be able to get up the field and make the quarterback keep that play on the option, because there's too much speed in that Duke backfield. You're going to get outflanked outside the hashes and closer to the numbers.
The fake to Wilson. Lob over the top, and it's incomplete. Looking for David Reeves. It's a Duke team that doesn't have Braxton Deaver. They lost their best pass-catching tight end in camp with a torn ACL. He, by the way, along with Kelby Brown, their great linebacker, were ruled as eligible for next year. Each guy will get a 6th year of eligibility. But they're trying to get their tight ends a little bit more involved in the offense.
They want to. It'll make their outside players that much better.
2nd and 10 with Snead in the game as a back. Another option. Daddy Nicholas crashed, and that leaves it open along the edge for Snead. Run out by Bonner. 13 yards there.
Adam, when you spread out the Virginia Tech defense and you play man-to-man on the perimeter, there's no way that if you miss on the edge that you're going to be able to get a corner or a safety to be able to come up and make that play on the option.
Duke ran all over Virginia Tech. 121 yards on the ground in that opening quarter. Outgained them by 136, and they've got a 10-0 lead through one. The number 21 ranked team in the country on top. All Duke in the opening frame, 10-0. The number 21 ranked Blue Devils have the advantage. First quarter ran all over Virginia Tech. 121 of those 176 were on the ground. 15 of their 26 snaps in Virginia Tech territory.
Been dominant on the ground, and they've had receivers open, and just Anthony's missed a couple of opportunities for touchdowns.
The fake to Crowder on that sweep. Boone's got all day and fires towards the end zone. May have been intercepted. Picked off by Deion Clark. Boone had 4 picks against Virginia Tech last year. And he said he has to avoid leverage situations for Virginia Tech. If you got 2 defenders on 1 receiver, that's probably a leverage situation in favor of Virginia Tech.
Well, that's what his coach is asking him. That was man-to-man coverage across the board with help in the middle, but he bet on Jamison Crowder making a play against Anthony or Dedrick Bonner down the rail of the sidelines. I mean, he's all over the receiver. Sean Wilson. I thought that was Crowder, but it was Wilson. He did a nice job of being able to cut in front of the would-be pass receiver, and now they have to rely on this defense.
Marshawn Williams trying to give him some cushion. Not much there. This was a situation we saw last week against Syracuse for Duke. Boone threw an interception in the 4th quarter, but it set Syracuse up inside its own 5. The next possession was when Crowder was able to return the punt.
Right.
So you're hoping that Duke's defense does its job in this scenario if you're David Cutcliffe like they did last week.
Sometimes here, when you're backed up, that's when you might want to take a shot and get a home run ball.
Almost like you got nothing to lose at this point. Here's Brewer looking to throw from his own end zone. Throw to the sideline for Bucky Hodges. They'll whistle the play dead with Helton and Fields there. And it will set up 3rd down. They need to get to the 12-yard line.
Big play here for Michael Brewer. Can this offensive line protect on 3rd and short? And can somebody win on the outside? Can somebody get open past the chains? If it's me, Bucky Hodges in the slot here to the field, just on an option route. Get him in space.
Brewer is just 2 of 5 throwing the football, and a back shoulder twisting catch by Josh Stanford. Just his 7th catch this year after he caught 40 a season ago. The freshmen have been the bigger targets, but Stanford comes up with the biggest catch so far for Virginia Tech. Out across the 20.
What a play on 3rd down. Get pressure in the pocket. Back shoulder throw. You called it perfectly. Controls the football, and that right foot stays in bounds.
Here's Coleman. Got blockers in front, and he finds a seam to run through for a 1st down. Back-to-back 10-plus yard plays for the Hokies there.
Really good blocking on the play by Ferris and Wang, the center and right guard. Doing a good job of getting downfield, and Gibson as well. He was down there. But see the big bodies, they don't let up. They're hustling down the football field. You see Gibson come in at the end of the picture, but it was Wang and Ferris at the point of attack.
This is Brewer keeping it. spinning his way out across the 35. Picks up 4 yards on that run. Brewer is not a huge guy by any means. 6 foot 200-pounder. Redshirt junior out of Lake Travis, Texas, where his head coach was Chad Morris, the current offensive coordinator for the Clemson Tigers.
I like his toughness. He has a bit of a swagger to him. You could tell in the beginning of the season when things are good, doesn't get too excited, just keeps playing.
Pocket starting to collapse. Brewer steps up, and he's got the first down. Catch made by his freshman Isaiah Ford. He has now caught 42 passes. That's the new freshman record for a Virginia Tech receiver after Joshua Stanford had 40 last year. He and Cam Phillips, two great freshman receivers.
And now Motley's coming in at quarterback.
Brendan Motley, the redshirt sophomore out of Virginia. He's the new backup quarterback. He hasn't played much at all this year. He gives it to Dion Newsom. And Newsom runs it close to the 45-yard line where Borders is there for the stop. Mark Leal has been a longtime backup quarterback for Virginia Tech. He decided to leave the program, so Motley getting that snap and Newsom, a wide receiver, usually getting the carry. Leal decided to leave the program because he got a professional opportunity. He had already graduated, so he had an opportunity to go into the professional ranks. So Motley's getting his chance, and Brandon Motley with his longest play as a Hokie. This guy was poised to be the starter. He waited a long time behind Logan Thomas, as did Leal. But he was poised to maybe be a starter. He got a vote for Player of the Year in the preseason of the ACC.
And he's tough to bring down at 6'4", 215 pounds. He sheds the first would-be tackler and then brings punishment at the end of the run.
And it's Newsom again who gets tumbled down. 5 yards there. So after a 24-yard run by Motley and 5 more there on that play for Newsom, Brewer comes back into the game, and all of a sudden this Hokie offense is starting to roll a little bit.
They are. They're getting some momentum off of that third down conversion back in their own end, and by the mistake of the interception deep
this is
in their own territory.
Yeah, you said it, John. They started at their own 2-yard line on this drive. Back to Marshawn Williams. Breaks a tackle and has the first down to the 10-yard line. First and goal for Virginia Tech. Now this is where Duke makes its money in the red zone. They've given up 400 yards per game on average, but only 18 points a game. Rodgers in the game to block. Brewer throwing the fade for Ford. Did he come down with it? He did. Touchdown Hokies. A 98-yard drive ends with a Ford touchdown. His 6th of his freshman campaign. Brewer was out a couple plays. Motley filled in well, and Brewer with a gorgeous touch for his 6'1" freshman.
Terrific concentration. He gets a little bit of separation, but the ball placement was good. Definitely in bounds. And from that look, it looks like he controls the football all the way through the catch.
Absolutely he does. Sly had that one deflected. Still got it through. Somehow that one sneaks through for Joey Sly. But Isaiah Ford with a fantastic catch on a great throw by Michael Brewer. And just like that, the Hokies are back in it. It's the fight we expected. Very impressive catch on a good drive between Motley and Brewer at quarterback.
And all set up by that interception. This is a team, a Duke team that came in +9 in turnover margin that leads the ACC. Now they go to +8.
Dangerous return man, the All-American Devon Edwards gets chopped down by Greg Stroman, the freshman. Boone to throw, outside for Blakeney. Makes a couple of men miss, gets decent yardage, and it'll still be 3rd and 10 coming up as Bonner made the open field tackle. This is what you're talking about, John. Virginia Tech rushes 5 or more on 54% of opponent dropbacks, and clearly the results have been there. They had 7 sacks in that win against Ohio State.
Well, they want to get after the quarterback. That's what they do. That's what they've done for years. They're going to play man coverage. They're going to pressure the line of scrimmage with identification, and they're going to make the quarterback throw the football a little bit earlier than he would like to.
Bottom of the screen is Blakeney. He has 6 inches on any other defensive back for Virginia Tech. Here comes that pressure. Boone looking for Crowder with 2 defenders in that area. Nicholas came in with that pressure on Boone from the backside. And on 3rd and long, Virginia Tech and Bud Foster dial up exactly what they want.
And that's a win. That's a good job at the point of attack. Daddy Nicholas and company. Kyshawn Jarrett comes down and they place the short side flat defender, plays the running back, first guy out weak. They do a good job of pressuring in the pocket.
Monday with the punt. Here's Stroman running backwards and nearly lost the football. He may have not been able to corral it. They'll rule it that Stroman did hold on to it and was down. John L. Barnes came in and jarred that ball from Stroman, who was running backwards. They'll set it up at the 21-yard line. So Virginia Tech, despite some freshman plays, is still in this game, but they've lost one of their freshmen. Marshawn Williams done for the game. And again, Virginia Tech will get the ball to start the second half. Virginia Tech won the toss and deferred to start the day. The 33-yard line on a deep drop. Brewer sliding and looking downfield, and it's out of bounds. Ford was trying to get separation on Brian Fields. Carlos Ray got into the backfield, though, initially and forced the slide in the pocket and out of it for Brewer.
These freshmen, Isaiah Ford and Cam Phillips, they keep plays alive. And I think Brewer knows that. He does a pretty good job. Michael Brewer's not going to win a whole lot of 40-yard dashes, but he will win by eluding, by using his athleticism to keep plays alive, and his receivers complement that.
Just one high safety for the Blue Devil defense here. And Brewer looking for Hodges, and Bucky can't hold on, but there's a penalty flag thrown. Breon Borders had the initial coverage and made some contact with the redshirt freshman out of Virginia Beach.
Pass interference. Number 31 offense. The 15-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage. Automatic first down.
You meant to say defense, and it's a 15-yard penalty and a free first down. Virginia Tech getting some help here.
Hodges trying to get from the right side of the field to the left side. Boy, I don't know. I think that was a really good defensive play by Breon Borders. That's 2 calls that were questionable in my mind. I'm not so sure if DeWalt on Dijo was able to get into the neutral zone on that 5-yarder, and I'm sure that wasn't pass interference on Border.
You disagree with that call? You thought the left hand just kind of
absolutely
got in front, made the play?
That's good football.
It puts Virginia Tech into Duke territory, John, and they're getting closer and closer to field goal range for the freshman Joey Slye. With protection for Brewer, who gets rid of it quickly. Hodges keeps his feet despite the shake from Breon Borders.
Well, that's a good catch. Good catch by Hodges there. Shows you that frame at 6'6".
Hodges is closing in on a
lot of time going off the clock here.
Closing in on a freshman record for catches by a tight end under Frank Beamer. Brewer deep downfield into a tight window, and it's incomplete. DeAndre Singleton broke that one up, looking for Cam Phillips. That was a dangerous spot to put the football for Brewer.
High and late down the middle, and DeAndre Singleton's able to come over from his safety spot and get a hand on it. Now, if you're Michael Brewer, you're thinking, still got 2 timeouts remaining. I can throw it anywhere on the football field, and I'm going to get a timeout, or if I get a first down, get up and spike the football, or use a timeout to keep that field goal opportunity alive.
Play clock is winding down, though. They might have to use a timeout if they don't get settled. Play clock at 2. Pressure from Duke coming. Brewer stepping up and brought down back at the 45-yard line, and the ball came loose. Jeremy Cash got in the backfield. They'll rule it Virginia Tech football, and now the clock continues to move. And they're well out of field goal range at this point. Does Duke call a timeout? Clock's down to 5. This may take it to halftime.
I think both teams right now are content to go to halftime and try to regroup.
Virginia Tech was getting close to field goal range. This play by Cash takes them out of it.
Boy, that's a heck of a play by Jeremy Cash. He's really like a defensive back, a safety coming from the edge, and the ball does come out, and Brewer was lucky he didn't get spun around and hurt on that last play of the first half.
Now Virginia Tech gets the ball to start the second half. Duke was off to a great start. Virginia Tech got that huge interception and then drove it down 98 yards. And just like David Cutcliffe told us it would be, it is a street fight between Duke and Virginia Tech. The number 21 ranked team has the lead. The comedy stylings of Matt Schick and Kevin Carter as they take you around the country, boys. Tonight, huge day to start, though. Georgia Tech, Clemson squaring off. Right here, it's Duke with a 3-point lead on Virginia Tech. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. Coastal Division driver's seat. That's where Duke sits right now, but just a 3-point lead at halftime. Adam Amin, John Congemi. How about the first quarter? Duke was dominating, 121 yards on the ground in the first quarter. Then all of a sudden a pick and momentum shifts completely.
They were rolling. They did everything they wanted to do. They were running up the middle. They had the option working on the outside. But one play really was the story of the first half. But first, the good for Duke. They had nice gashing runs up the middle. They were doing a terrific job of quarterback runs, running back runs. It was Snead, it was Powell, it was Anthony Boone. Then they get in for the touchdown. They had a commanding lead. They're going to go in to make it 13 or 17-0. And then the big pick by Deion Clark. He undercuts the wheel route intended for Shaquille Powell, and that seemed to flip the script towards the Hokies. Quarterback got hot in Michael Brewer. They got some good runs with backup quarterback Brendan Motley coming in, making a big play. And then the fade route on the outside to Isaiah Ford with a terrific catch over the top of Breham Borders. And it seemed like the Hokies were in control most of the second quarter. And now it's going to be the pressure of the defense. It's going to be how Duke can respond offensively to get the ball and move the chains, more importantly, Adam, on third down.
You see those 176 first quarter yards held to 40. Flip script by the Hokies in the second, and Virginia Tech ball to start this half. Here comes Deion Newsome, and he won't reach the 20-yard line. Virginia Tech takes over with Michael Brewer, who, as of late, has been a little bit sharper. Saw some very nice passes in that second quarter. He was starting to drill it a little bit. Brewer keeps it and gets smacked in the backfield. And Devon Edwards was the first one there, and Desmond Johnson helped close it out. It'll be a short gain, if anything. He's second down.
Brewer showing nice timing and good ball location on the outside on that pass play. But you got to win on first down if you're Virginia Tech. You want to be able to keep the pressure and keep the tempo that they created in the first half on offense.
Send Newsome in motion. Little misdirection, and there goes Rogers with the carry. And he may have lost the ball at the end of the play. Devon Edwards diving in for Duke's defense. Tom McCreesh, a lead official, will rule it Virginia Tech football. So Rogers was down before the ball came out.
End of that run, you called it, Adam. He's trying to get a couple extra yards. That ball gets out.
Yeah,
and it looks like he got his own fumble. That was a good tackle. Looked like a bracket tackle on the outside. And Devon Edwards may have got that left hand on the football.
Third down and long for Virginia Tech on the opening drive of the second half. Corner blitz coming. Brewer didn't see it until it was too late. Dwayne Norman, who is so crucial for Duke's defense on third down situations, comes in with a loss of 12.
Just a terrific job here. He's going to come in and just go untouched on the corner blitz. Duke disguising that as long as they can, and Michael Brewer had his back to the blitz the entire time. Thought he might be able to beat the blitz with the timing, but good coverage in the Duke secondary forced Brewer to hold the football.
A.J. Hughes punts it away. Very short punt. There's 32 yards on the Crowder fair catch. Duke's defense gets him the ball back, leading by 3. Second and 22. Boone against the 4-man rush. Throwing that comeback for McCaffrey, and open field tackle made, and the ball comes out loose again. Kyshawn Jarrett this time getting in on it, but already was out of bounds. A 14-yard pickup for McCaffrey to set up a more manageable 3rd and long.
You can see the aggressive nature of Virginia Tech defensively. They're tackling not only the ball carrier or the receiver, they're attacking the football, and they're trying to strip this football out and try to win it on defense.
Yeah, the ball was already out of bounds after it was stripped by Jarrett. Just 2 high defensive backs here as Virginia Tech brings Bonner on a safety blitz, and it's caught for a 1st down. The 6'6" Blakeney still on his feet, and he tumbles down to the 30-yard line. 17-yard pickup on 3rd and 9.
Dedrick Bonner tried to come from the secondary on a blitz from the field. He was about a step late, and that step late really forced Anthony Boone up into the pocket, delivers on time, finds Blakeney, the big target over the middle, and now Duke on a little bit of a roll. How they come back from such a not a manageable situation on that set of downs.
John, it was 2nd and 22, and they were able to convert to move the chains as Josh Snead runs it for about 5 yards.
We talked about the run game, Adam, off the air at halftime. What do they have to do to get back into the run game? Well, they haven't gone back to the option, and they were able to run in the middle of the football field. Duke was in that first quarter.
Yeah, 121 rushing yards in the opening quarter. Off play action, Boone with time, a late screen thrown out to Barnes, and there were defenders waiting for him. Kaishan Jarrett was right there and ready, and the market is a loss of a half dozen yards. Jarrett, leader in tackles on this team, had a couple of picks against Ohio State in that victory earlier this year. He said he takes responsibility for the defensive performances in some of these games where Virginia Tech has struggled. He's the senior in that defensive backfield. A Pennsylvania native, but his parents, or his mother, actually lives in Raleigh, so his family is here today. They go to all the games in Blacksburg anyway because it's a relatively short trip, but they're here today to watch Kaishan in action. On 3rd and 11, low throw looking for Crowder over the middle. Kendall Fuller had that tight coverage. We saw at moments in the first half where Fuller was not guarding Crowder, and he had some opportunities.
Well, that time he ran the route for Jamison Crowder. I mean, that was a perfect technique, perfect footwork. He read everything about that 3rd down attempt by Boone, trying to force it in the middle to Crowder.
Ross Martin is coming off his first field goal miss of the season. It was from 51 yards in that first half. This one from 48. Ross Martin is true inside that upright. 15 of 16 on the season, 2nd all time in Duke history in field goals made with 48. So Duke gets points, a 13-7 lead for the Blue Devils. Tuesday, Dion Newsom from 4 yards deep. Take the knee and take it out to the 25-yard line. We'll tune in on Tuesday. Duke actually is playing tonight again. They're playing back-to-back nights at Cameron. They've got Fairfield tonight.
There was a lot of guys that didn't get in last night.
Michael Brewer goes down to start this drive, and it's Desmond Johnson, who's been a really disruptive player the last several weeks for Duke's front. That's the 4th sack of the day by the Blue Devils, and a loss of 9 yards.
Well, Desmond's a guy that missed 3 games with a knee injury. Now he's coming back, and he's doing what he likes to do, and that's pin his ears back and try to hold that edge, the field side edge, for the Duke Blue Devils on defense.
Second and long. Brewer with the pocket collapsing, goes down again. Johnson and Carlos Ray. Back-to-back sacks.
This is a team that does not generate a lot of pass rush, a lot of pressure in the pocket, but they've done a nice job on consecutive plays of getting rid of the blockers and getting off blocks and being able to keep their eyes in the backfield and pursue Michael Brewer. And let's credit the coverage. There was nowhere to throw the football for Michael Brewer.
John, Duke has 20 sacks this season. 5 of them have come today. Again, just a four-man rush, and Brewer has to step up in the pocket and take off again. 3 and out for the Duke defense.
So negative consecutive plays for Michael Brewer in this offense. And let's credit the Duke defense. They put pressure in the pocket. You mentioned they don't generate a lot of pressure, a lot of sacks, but now they're going to get a chance to flip the field and try to get a score after a score.
Where last week, Jamison Crowder had that punt return for a touchdown. 34-yard punt as Crowder signals for a fair catch. Some contact was made by Donovan Riley, but no flag is thrown. Usually fill it pretty well for the night games with the big boys coming into town at sunlight. There's the slant for Blakeney, and he just couldn't corral it. If he did, he's gone. Got beat by Chuck Clark. Got beat by Crowder that time. There goes Anthony Boone, Matt. Jarrett runs him out of bounds, but he works near the 35-yard line. So now Clemson is struggling. Georgia Tech is creeping up on Duke, and if Clemson loses, Florida State doesn't have to worry about the Atlantic Division. They'll clinch it with a loss by the Tiger. A lot of implications in several different ways for the ACC today. And loading up the box again, they'll run it. And there goes Shaquille Powell for another first down near the 10. First and goal for Duke.
The inside running game, that is where Duke really made their mark in the first quarter, and now in the third quarter they're starting to push some bodies around, break some tackles, and a powerful runner in Shaquille Powell able to do the job. Jarrett missed the tackle at the point of attack for the Hokies coming out of that secondary.
And there goes Powell. Daddy Nicholas is there for the tackle. David Cutcliffe told us that he doesn't know a tougher person than Shaquille Powell, so he's exactly the type of guy that Duke wants to use when they're in these types of situations from the backfield. Powell put his right shoulder right into Kyshawn Jarrett, but could not move him. Jarrett was strong, and it's 3rd and goal.
Boy, 2 back-to-back plays by this Hokie defense, being stout at the point of attack. First it was Daddy Nicholas. This time it was Jarrett meeting Powell right in the hole and driving him back towards his own goal line. That's 2 big, aggressive, stuffing plays by this defense.
Crowder is not on the field for this 3rd and goal, with the receivers spread out for Boone. Boone towards the end zone, and it's knocked down. Dietrich Bonner was in front of Schneider. And it's 4th and goal. And a field goal does make this a 2-score game. It would make it a 9-point lead for Duke.
But 3 back-to-back plays by this defense, being able to be all over the run game, and a good job by Bonner on 3rd down on the big tight end. You have to applaud this Hokie defense. They've done an excellent job inside the 10-yard line to force this field goal opportunity.
From 24. No problem for Martin. And Duke makes it a 2-score lead. And kind of that street fight type of game that we thought we would see between these 2 ACC foes. Schuschler in the game for the Clemson Tigers, Matt. And Watson got hurt. Stout is out after struggling. And Georgia Tech trying to fight its way back into the ACC Coastal conversation. 3:49 to play in the 3rd. Duke up by 2 scores. Dimitri Knowles will take it out to the 25-yard line. Adam Amin, John Kangemi at Wallace Wade Stadium in Durham, North Carolina. Critical day in the ACC. We've got number 21 Duke leading Virginia Tech 16-7. And Michael Brewer, the Virginia Tech offense, back to work from the 25-yard line, and J.C. Coleman will get about 2 yards. You know, last year Duke got its first win over Virginia Tech, which was ranked 16th at the time, since 1981. And that really kind of started the significance of Duke as a football school, because from then on, they really started to make that turn towards legitimacy. And since that loss, Virginia Tech hasn't been ranked at all. They got dropped out of the rankings after that loss, and they've been slipping since.
You know, Frank Beamer said at that time they deserve a lot of credit because they didn't believe they had the same talent level as most of the teams in the ACC, but they do. And David Cutcliffe and their staff has recruited so well over the past couple of seasons.
Coleman with a good second down run to set up 3rd and 1. Hokies are trying to avoid their first in-season 4-game losing streak since 1992. That was the last time Frank Beamer's team missed out on a bowl game. They need to win 2 of their final 3 to keep that streak alive. They've got Wake Forest and Virginia for the Commonwealth Cup after this game.
And remember, in the first half, Adam, they were stuffed when they went to an I backfield. The play took a long time to develop. Let's see if there's a little hint of play action here on 3rd and short.
Off play action. They've got a man in the flat. Brewer threw it off his back foot and had it intercepted by Borders. His 3rd pick in the last 2 games. First incompletion in 135 pass attempts. First interception, rather, in 135 attempts.
And they're trying to get it to their 6'6" Bucky Hodges at tight end, but Borders makes a terrific play. Sometimes, as a quarterback, it's better to throw it away and punt the football than to try to force it on the perimeter.
Sean Wilson starts off this Duke drive in great field position with a 1-yard run. Again, Brewer had not thrown an interception since October the 4th against North Carolina. Over 130 pass attempts without a pick, and a crucial pick right there into the arms of Borders. Crowder's at the bottom, isolated one-on-one. Pressure coming from Virginia Tech. Boone was hit as he threw, and it's intercepted. There goes Derek DiNardo. It's a foot race. Run down by McCaffrey. Bud Foster's defense comes up big. Derek DiNardo with the interception. And Daddy Nicholas hit Boone as he released the football. It turns into a 51-yard return on the interception.
Adam, it was one of those plays that Bud Foster was looking for. He gets the pressure in the pocket. It comes from Daddy Nicholas, and the ball just falls hopelessly. It looks like it's going to go to the ground, but number 41, Derek DiNardo, just grabs it out of the air, and now the Hokies inside the 10-yard line looking to capitalize on that big turnover. 1st and goal. Coleman on a stretch to the edge. Diving tackle by Devon Edwards. Not much on the gain. Coleman, who has had his best day of the season. More yards today than he had ran for all season coming into today. Sets up 2nd and goal. I might try that fade route again to the top side of the field here. That's the same matchup they worked for 6 points earlier in this game.
Looking in that direction. Roll in the pocket that way. And Brewer's just going to have to tuck the football and hold on. He goes down on the sack by Kyler Brown. 2nd career sack for the redshirt junior. 6th sack of the day for the Blue Devils, who do not generate all that much of a pass rush, but they've got a half dozen today.
You would think those numbers would be flipped.
What do we say at the top? It's surprising that Duke's the ranked team and the favorite team in this matchup. Duke having substitution issues. They get a late man on the field. That was Everett Edwards as an extra defensive back. 3rd and goal for Brewer. 4-man twist gets picked up. Thrown into double coverage from Malik, and it's incomplete. It was Edwards, the guy who came on the field late for the Duke defense. He was the 11th man on, and he was part of that coverage to force 4th and goal for Frank Beamer's team.
Frustration for the Hokies. They had 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line, have a chance to really capitalize and take the momentum back. But 3 consecutive defensive plays by the Blue Devils, and now they force a field goal opportunity from the right hash.
Joey Sly has struggled from outside of 35 yards. This from 36 is good. And it cuts it down to a one-score game as we get set for the fourth quarter. The freshman out of Stafford, Virginia, with 14 field goal makes in 20 tries this season. The interception by Derek DiNardo set up Virginia Tech inside the 10. The sack by Brown took him out of touchdown range, and Joey Slye delivers the field goal. Just like that, it's a 6-point game here in North Carolina. And Duke has a 6-point lead as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter. 8-1 Blue Devils, 4-1 in the Coastal. Virginia Tech has lost 3 straight, but always plays Duke tough. These games have been tight in the last several meetings between these two clubs.
A little bit of back and forth with the emotion and the positive plays, mostly set up by the defense of both teams.
Short kick, and Devon Edwards from inside his own 10-yard line. That ball is loose, high into the air, and a scrum for it near the 30-yard line. Devon Edwards got popped, and that ball popped into the air. And Virginia Tech's claiming they got it. Momentum shift after momentum shift in this game, and there's another one to start the fourth quarter. Hokie football. Damon McKinnon came out with it. That ball popped high into the air on the hit.
It looked like Anthony Schnog was the one that popped the football out. I'm not sure if it was a helmet or a hand, but the Hokies find a way on defense, and now they get an opportunity on special teams.
Shagog, you're right, John. Freshman playing just his 3rd career game. Coming up with a big play on that kick return unit. And great field position for the Hokies, who have scored all their points off turnovers. Brewer looking deep downfield into a tight window, and it was dropped by Bucky Hodges. Looking for what would have been a huge play right off the turnover. Hodges, with a lot of black jerseys around him, couldn't corral it at 2nd down.
This is a tight end that lines up anywhere on the field, and why not give him a chance to go up and catch the football? But a better defensive play by the secondary of Duke. And it looks like Motley now back in at quarterback for the Hokies.
Motley has not thrown a pass this season. He's a running quarterback who gets dragged down after a short gain by Edwards. 3rd down and 8 coming up for Virginia Tech here. Again, can they take advantage? They got the interception inside the 10-yard line for Duke last time, ended up with a field goal. Now they get the fumble on the kickoff return by Edwards and try not to lose out on this excellent field position.
So vital for the Hokies right now to continue this drive. They don't, points are great, but they want to be able to stick this football in the end zone and take the lead, take control of the fourth quarter as it starts here with 14:05 left to go and counting.
3rd down and 8 at the edge of field goal range. Pressure from the Blue Devils. Brewer off his back foot for Hodges, who reached down and grabbed it. There's a penalty marker thrown back at the 30-yard line, though. It would be a 26-yard completion to the 3-yard line.
Offside. Defense. Penalties decline. These other players are 1st down.
1st and goal, Virginia Tech with a chance to tie it and maybe take the lead.
You have to make a play in the fourth quarter, and that's exactly what Michael Brewer did. He gave his big tight end a chance to make a play on that catch.
Brewer keeps it and just holds on to it as he runs left. A loss of yardage as David Helton is there. Again, Duke inside its own territory has been good all season long, and they've been good the last couple of times that Virginia Tech has gotten deep.
Can they come up big again inside the 5-yard line?
And more importantly for Virginia Tech, can they punch it in? They struggled the last time they were this deep in Duke territory. Duke's defense stood up.
If it's me, I'm trying to get it to the big fella in the slot, matched up man-to-man. Just throw it up high.
Rogers on the carry. Sam Rogers is short. There's a penalty marker on that play.
Holding. 57 offense. 10 yards from the previous line of scrimmage. It remains second down.
Wyatt Teller, the redshirt freshman, part of that seemingly makeshift offensive line. Even though a lot of guys have started games, they've been shifted around a lot. Just dragged out a defender. Yeah, John.
Yep, there's the hold, the takedown right in the middle. That gave some room for Sam Rogers to try to get into the end zone.
2 shots, maybe even 3 to try to get to the end zone for Virginia Tech from the 15. Brewer for Hodges, touchdown, tie game.
Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Pass complete to Bucky Hodges.
Red zone target if there ever was one. It's 6'6", 245 pounds. It's touchdown number 6 for Bucky Hodges this year. And an extra point will give the Hokies their first lead.
Good throw. Good patience in the pocket. Protection was great, and you throw it up to the 6'6" tight end on a skinny post in the back of the end zone. That's the way you draw it up.
For the first time today, Virginia Tech has the lead. All 17 of their points have come off turnovers. This time the Edwards fumble on the kick return, and it leads to a Hodges score and a Hokie advantage. Bucky Hodges has tied the Virginia Tech record for touchdowns by a tight end in a single season. Jeff King had 6 of them in 2005. He picks up his 6th of the season on the previous play, and it gives Virginia Tech its first lead, 17-16. All 17 Hokie points coming off of turnovers. The last one by Duke was by this guy, Devon Edwards. A fumble on his last kickoff. This one will be a touchback. Let's go back to the score, John.
Great design. You're going to have Malik on the inside. He's going to run a post here, but watch how it opens up in the back of the end zone for Bucky Hodges. And in the middle of the field, you're going to see the safety. He's going to go down. He's going to go down to the middle of the football field. But watch Cash here on the outside. He was thinking he had safety help in the middle of the football field. He didn't. He was sinking outside, and that allowed Bucky Hodges to get inside.
Boone taking a shot. And it's incomplete for Blakeney, who's trying to get separation from Chuck Clark. Second down coming up. Tough day for Clemson today, and that means Florida State has clinched the Atlantic Division, and they will play in the ACC Championship game. Boone goes down on a TFL from Corey Marshall. And that'll set up 3rd and long for Duke. Again, trying to move the football. Virginia Tech toughening up on defense.
Penetration comes in a lot of forms. They can do it with just pure strength, or they can do it with speed and agility. That time, Nicholas and company and Corey Marshall getting in on the tackle. Multiple guys up front making Duke offensive linemen miss. And you can guarantee pressure here on 3rd and long.
Crowder is at the top with Fuller giving him cushion. He's guarding the first down line. Bonner coming in on the blitz. Looking at Crowder, and he's got the first down. Fuller gave him a little bit too much cushion, and he works out to the 44-yard line. 20-yard pickup on 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you have to win, and this is a really big cushion, but they're banking on the jam at the line of scrimmage by DiNardo that will slow up the outside speed of Jamison Crowder. It doesn't happen. Duke has to win on 3rd down, those individual battles on the outside.
Boone under duress, and he gets rid of it. Near midfield, Shaquille Powell wrapped up by Matoa Puaka, close to the sticks. It'll be right around the 48, which was the line to gain. And it will be enough for a first down, John.
Adam, for all the throws that Anthony Boone almost missed, that might have been one of the best throws he's made all day.
Yeah. 3:20, 3 timeouts. Toss play for Shaquille Powell. Jared on the tackle after a 3-yard pickup.
What a bad play, a personal foul against Virginia Tech.
Right at the end. Of all the times.
Kenny Canham, you cannot do that at this point in the game.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 4, Virginia Tech. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Just teeing it up for Duke.
This is why you're a 4-5 football team. When you make plays like this, when you fake a punt with under 5 minutes left to go on a no-brainer, you kick the football away, and then you make a personal foul just out of frustration. And now after 2 plays, Duke has the football on the 30-yard line.
You saw number 4 just with a straight-up shove after the play was over. 1st and 10 for Duke at the 30, already well within field goal range for Ross Martin, one of the best kickers in the country. Reading run, the Virginia Tech defense is there. It's Daddy Nicholas immediately wrapping up Powell. No gain, 2nd and 10. Keep your eyes on number 4 in white. Right there, just shoving Lucas Patrick.
It was more of a theatrical flop by Patrick, but you can't even put yourself in that position. Yeah. Just the special teams gaffe was probably the whole thing that set everything in motion.
Boone has space up the middle. Clark pounds him inside the 25-yard line. Virginia Tech can still erase all their mistakes with a stand. They'll use their 2nd timeout with 2:37 to play.
On the Duke sideline, you're trying to figure out a way how to get this 1st down, and they've had great success on that option play early in the game. I don't know if they're going to go back and go to that to get to the perimeter, but that's one of the things I would be looking for.
And Crowder is still at the top against Fuller. 3rd down and 4. Boone keeps it, ran right into the line. Nigel Williams wrapped him up. That'll bring up 4th down, and let's see if the Hokies use a timeout.
Yes.
They will. They'll stop it right here at 2:33. Martin is getting ready to head out there. You saw his numbers inside of 40 yards. He's been very good in his career.
This is going to be right around 40.
Yep. This is a 40-yarder. This would be the 50th field goal of Ross Martin's Duke career. And maybe one of the biggest he's ever kicked to try to give Duke the lead late.
Not close.
For the 1st time all year, he's missed in a game, and he's done it twice. Virginia Tech leads with 2:26 to go. Duke still has all 3 of its timeouts remaining. And that Duke defense, which has been bend but don't break all year, is going to need to stiffen up.
They've got all of their timeouts remaining, but that's a huge bullet to dodge for Virginia Tech.
As sure-footed of a kicker as there is in this country. There were 3 kickers in the country that were perfect coming into today. Martin was one of them. He's missed twice.
And you know what, Adam? Both misses look exactly the same.
Yeah.
They started left and they stayed left.
That's a lot of frustration being yelled out by Frank Beamer. Virginia Tech has not had the cleanest sequence the last several minutes. They take over and go right back to the ground with J.C. Coleman. Duke gets a stop and gets a timeout here, John.
Right away.
Duke, so untypical of them, right?
So untypical. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And now they're asking their defense to use timeouts and stops here on 2nd down.
J.C. Coleman trying to stretch to the edge. Gets good yardage, but it'll bring up 3rd down. Helton was in on the stop. Duke will use a timeout here as well with 2:15 to play. So they're trying to do what Virginia Tech just did. Force 3 stops and use all 3 timeouts and leave as much time as possible to get the ball back. And another huge 3rd down coming up. Virginia Tech just 2 of 14 on the day. 3rd and 5. Huge play.
Where's my big tight end? That's what I'm looking for right now. Bucky Hodges.
Bottom of the line. End around. Here comes the freshman Cam Phillips. And he's lunging for the 1st down, but he's going to be short. And he went out of bounds inside of 3 minutes, and that is going to stop the clock. Duke does not have to use its final timeout with 2:08 to play.
Too many unforced mental errors. You do not stop the clock
ready. There's a timeout, the third and final timeout, Duke University. It's a 30-second timeout.
How about that? So perhaps he was ruled in bounds.
Okay.
And now Duke has to use a timeout. Boy, that's a huge break for Virginia Tech. Oh, Jamison Crowder coming up on that punt return. That got a little bit dangerous for Duke right there as well on another short kick and a short return of 3 yards, but good field position with 2 minutes to play for Duke, and a field goal could win it for him.
You never know how this game, the ball bounces. You have multiple opportunities, and Ross Martin is hoping, the field goal kicker for Duke, to have one more chance at changing the outcome of this game. Plenty of time left with 2 minutes left to go, although Duke, no timeouts remaining.
On first down, Boone off his back foot in a dangerous and tight window for McCaffrey. Kyshawn Jarrett comes up big with that pass deflection to bring up 2nd and 10. You also have to think about this with the clock, John. It was still over 2 minutes, so if you don't get out of the clock, is going to reset. It wasn't inside of 2 minutes. When you get out of bounds inside of 2 minutes, the clock will stop. When you don't, when it's above 2 minutes, the clock will reset on the referee's whistle.
That was plaster coverage by Jarrett on first down.
Boone again over the middle, and another tight window, and a simultaneous catch between Crowder and Fuller. It's complete at the Virginia Tech 48-yard line.
And those two have been battling all afternoon.
First down for Duke on that Crowder catch. Fuller was right on his hip.
This is the matchup we talked about right at the outset. Crowder against Kendall Fuller, and they're going to fight all the way down to 0-0s.
Boone short on that out route. That was nearly underthrown, but Clark had it caught in front of him by Blakeney. Picks up 8 yards there.
And a good thing Blakeney attacked the football with 1:30 left to go, or else that's going the other way.
Second down and 2. Pressure off the edge. Boone just trying to get rid of it, and he'll throw it away to the sideline. Is there going to be a grounding call here? Didn't look like he was outside of the tackle box, and I don't know if he got it to the line of scrimmage anyway.
Intentional grounding. 7 on the offense. It's a loss of down and spotted a foul. 3rd down.
That's the most important thing. That's a huge penalty against Anthony Boone, because not only are you going to lose yardage, but you're going to lose a down there. Sometimes you have to realize when pressure is coming, it's been coming all day. If you don't have anything, get it, make a decision quicker. You know you can't take a sack in that situation.
Pressure off the edge again, and Boone goes down. Dietrich Bonner with a huge sack. Duke does not have any timeouts. The clock continues to move to 1:05, and they still have to get to the 39 of Virginia Tech. Duke's season is in the balance right now.
They haven't had an answer for the pressure the entire afternoon.
Duke's season and hopes of getting into the ACC championship game are up for grabs. Boone, pressured by Bonner again. Virginia Tech is going to do it.
There's a guy that used to put pressure on the pocket for the Hokies and for the Buffalo Bills, Bruce Smith. He likes it. Too much pressure from the field. There's not enough guys to the field. There's 2 guys to the short side blocking no one, but Bonner and company, the strength of the defense coming from the field.
A year ago, Duke beat Virginia Tech for the first time since 1981. Virginia Tech has lost 9 of 14 ever since. Duke had been turning towards legitimacy in college football ever since. They'd been rolling. But today, in a game that has seemingly always been tight, in a matchup that has always been tight between Virginia Tech and Duke. The Hokies come on the road and get some semblance of revenge against this Duke team that had done it to them last year. David Cutcliffe told us yesterday that he was expecting as tough of a game as Duke had seen all year, and they got it.
Virginia Tech was physical from start to finish. They may not have been as efficient as they would have liked to. They had many mental errors, but the toughness in the defense finally wore Duke out in the second half.
17-16 the final score. For John Kajemi and our crew, Adam Amin saying so long. Off to New Orleans for Memphis and Tulane. Here's Clay and Anthony.